Welcome back to Scriptuology. Today we are diving deep again into our series on the Bible being the authority of life. Today I wanted to focus a little bit more on the Bible itself and how we can trust it. The Bible has stood the test of time. Research has proven over and over again that the Bible has always been consistent. Back in 1979, we found a scroll outside of Jerusalem, and it was made of silver, and it was etched on with a diamond stencil. It's kind of like a pen. It's like a pen made of iron with a diamond tip. Which is pretty interesting. Which this scroll is dated back to the time of Jeremiah. And Jeremiah actually references scrolls like this. It says, "The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron and with the point of a diamond. It is graven upon the table of their heart and upon the horn of your altars." It's insane that this scroll with numbers on it, they had to put it through test after test after test to see its accuracy, and they actually proved that it actually had the entirety of Numbers chapter 6. After translation, it was exactly the same as the numbers we have today in the King James Version Bible. That's forever old. It dates back to the time of Jeremiah, making it 400 years older than the Dead Sea Scrolls. It is the oldest manuscript we have of the Bible. And it's insane because it completely aligns with the King James Bible. And again, with the Dead Sea Scrolls, 95% was completely accurate to our version of Isaiah we have today. The other 5% was just spelling changes. So, out of all of this, from this information we've gathered from the first scroll and the Dead Sea Scrolls, how does this apply to our trust in Scripture? It proves the infallibility of Scripture and how it unchanges. It's unchanging. From thousands of years ago to our modern day, we have a Bible that aligns completely with itself. And we have people argue, well, the Bible was lost in translation. We can't really know the true Bible. Manuscript after manuscript after manuscript claims otherwise. We have 24,000 manuscripts that are consistent with the scriptures we have today. That's more than Aristotle's manuscripts, and we trust him perfectly. If we can trust people who we barely know existed, we can definitely trust the Bible. I remember I reference this a lot in my Western civilizations class. We were talking about Aristotle. We had talked about Moses and how Moses probably didn't exist, which from what we know of Scripture, that's untrue. And from archaeology, I can dive into that later in other episodes. We know it's true. And so he made the claim that Moses didn't exist. Yet, we only know that Aristotle exists because of Plato, because of the people who wrote down his writings. So how can we trust that Plato or Aristotle exists, but not Moses? It really doesn't make sense because we have more manuscripts to prove that Moses existed than Aristotle. Isaiah 48 says, "The grass withereth and the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever." And isn't that so true? We see for thousands of years this unchanging book. When even newer books, like the Quran, they say it's unchanging, but we have hundreds of different versions of the Quran, and there was a time where Islam tried to purge itself of these other versions of the Quran. The Bible has never changed. It's always been the same. And if we can trust in that word of an unchanging God and an unchanging word, there's nothing in this life we should worry about, because the word of our God shall stand forever. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time on Scriptuology.